Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you channel members, the Patreons, and everybody that uses this Element Games affiliate link and the Crystal code. It does make a massive difference to the channel if you're using the link, and it allows me to pick up one of the new releases of the box sets or something like that. That's an extra review for the channel. So big thank you, especially as we're coming up to Christmas. You probably have some Christmas money or buying gifts for friends and family. Let's get into the news straight away. So right here on the Warhammer community website, we're struck by a better red Gobo. It's his nemesis, apparently, which looks pretty cool. But let's just go back in time a week ago to the 18th of November, round about here. So we had all the previews that I did cover last week, like the Assault Space Marines and the Mortarch of Delusion. Everything in that preview looked fantastic. Really looking forward to what Games Workshop have in store in 2024. Also on the Saturday was the pre-orders. So we had the Sea of Souls, a Dawn of Fire novel by Chris Raitt, along with a special edition, and Temple of Silence by Richard Strachan, and then I think Hammers of Sigmar First Forged, available in paperback, as well as the last Valari. The big pre-orders though, last weekend on the Saturday, was the brand new boxed game set Legions Imperialis, and it's essentially epic 30k. So you've got all these tiny little Space Marines and Dreadnoughts and things to the scale of the Titans, as well as Solar Auxilia. I personally wouldn't have had Solar Auxilia. I don't think they're as popular as Space Marines by any means. I would have actually preferred two sets of Space Marines, even like newer, bigger tanks and things in this set, rather than Space Marines and Solar Auxilia. Or I would have preferred them to go in a completely different direction and just put Dark Mechanicum in there, or Mechanicum. There's nothing stopping you putting like Death Guard against Mechanicum. But this is the way they've gone. You've got some Warhound Titans, which is the same models as before, but with different weapons. You've got the rule book. You had the infantry. You had the Rhino transport detachment. More rhinos than you know what to do with. You've got Kratos tank squadrons. The Thunderhawk gunship has come back in plastic, obviously. The Solar Auxilia infantry, the Baneblade squadron, the Auxilia air support has come back as well. And then you've also got your Imperial Knights and Titans. So they're really pushing this epic 30k. And then we also randomly had 40k made to order Death Leaper and the Red Terror. I do have this Death Leaper, I think I do have him. Maybe I'll get a review out for him, I don't know. Then on the Sunday, they did promise us Necrons will be out this year, and they have delivered. So you've got Codex Necrons, lovely artwork, but I'm just not a big fan of kind of a nothingness border. I know there's a bit of artwork around there, but and I'm not a fan of it bleeding over either. I would have preferred like the full artwork as the cover, but that's just my personal opinion on that. Anyway, so you've got the new Necron Codex. They're releasing 3 new minis for this codex, which is of course 3 times more than Mechanicus are getting. But you've got Immertech Stormlord, long overdue updated model, looks fantastic. I like the cloak. Orican the Diviner, yeah, looks fine. Doesn't look as funky as the old models, but there's a certain charm about the older models. And then you've got an Overlord with a Translocation Shroud. as well as the Overlord with Tachyon Arrow. This model was, of course, released over 3 years ago now in the Indomitus box set, and so was the Royal Warden, so they're not new, but they're available separately. And then you've got the Combat Patrol Necrons again. You've got the Overlord with the Tachyon Arrow there, and they look like the miniatures from the Indomitus set. You've got the data sheet and the cards and the dice. The dice look very nice, actually, this time. You know, they do match this particular Necron house or whatever it is. I can't remember. You've got Codex Adeptus Mechanicus of also getting some treatment. Again, they've gone for this look for the Codex and the older artwork from last edition, which makes it difficult. You know, that personally, I think they should have different artwork every edition. To me, having the same artwork does make it tricky when you're like, you know, at a glance when you're looking at different codexes from the top, to see the difference. I've got this Mechanicus Codex, I think in special edition actually, and that's the same cover art. You've also got Rumpelstiltskin. Everybody will be pleased to know you can finally pre-order him, this Sidonian Skratos. You know, they're running out of names. Instead of Kratos, they're putting an S in front of it now. But this is the Skratos or Skratos. The Combat Patrol Mechanicus, the Combat Patrol Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, if you haven't had any of the Skystalkers or the Sulphur Hounds, then yeah, and you still haven't managed to pick up this Tech Priest Manipulus, then yeah, it's a nice set. The Skitarii are getting on a bit, and they're still a bit fiddly. There's lots of mould lines, they're a bit fragile, but the Sulphur Hounds and the Skystalkers are nice, even if the Skystalkers rules aren't the best. But it's an alright set. You've also got the dice again, big improvement, but I would prefer them to come in like an actual proper like hard box or something, and there to be more, minimum of 20 dice, I'd say. You've got the cards too. Kill Team, you've got the approved Ops, TAC Ops mission card pack, and the Necromunda, you had the Ironhead, Squat Prospectors, Scalvian Explorator from Forge World. It's in Forge World resin, I think it's quite pricey. Asungar, the Lady of Ash, so 2 new models for Necromunda made from Forge World resin again. Ash Waste Outposts, and then Black Library, you've got War Boss by Mike Brooks. Fantastic. It's available in paperback for the first time. I think I would be picking this up because I missed out on it in hardback. God Machines, that is going to be a must. You know, that's a very, very good omnibus with loads of Titanicus and Questor Knight stories. Then you've got a couple of novels available in first time in German, and then box game, you've got Space Marine, and then you've got some officially licensed merch in the form of knitted chaos hat and scarf, a Christmas pin set. You got some socks, and then Warhammer Plus we had Lore Masters, Adeptus Mechanicus, I think that was. So a lot on the pre-order preview. Armies on parade, and prepare for a pageant of phenomenal Warhammer armies this weekend. You've got the armies of dead fulfill their oath in the new translucent plastic kits. Fantastic. They look great. They're new and plastic. They won't replace existing miniatures. So exciting to see new kits for Lord of the Rings, you know, Battle for Middle Earth, and some nice ruins there as well. So yeah, fantastic news. You've got the Adeptus Mechanicus Unearth STCs for the new detachment rules. So this just talks about acquisition at any cost, reactive safeguards, cached inquisition. So yeah, it's just a bump with their rules there. Old World Almanac. I'll never be able to say that word. Fight the good fight in the combat phase. So a little look at some of the new rules for Old World and some lovely throwbacks to some old artwork there. Fantastic. You got the Red Gobo, Jingle Bell Brawl, and then the Rumour Engine. Yeah, I'm thinking more Age of Sigmar, more kind of Soul Blight, Flesh Eater Courts maybe. Apocrypha Necromunda. Take fight to the sprawling cargo vaults of the Nexus. So it focuses on the claustrophobic arenas of death. So you can download that. Codex Necrons phases in with new detachment rules. So again, like with Mechanicus, you've got some new detachment rules for those. Unpack the Conspiracies of Vaults of Terror with a special edition box set. This looks lovely. This Vaults of Terror, if you unfamiliar, Vaults of Terror is a set of novels written by Chris Raitt. It's fantastic. It looks stunning. If you haven't already got these, I mean, the artwork's lovely on the books anyway. You know, there are three books, but to get them in a special edition like this is gorgeous. It really is. Very nice. I'd love to pick that up if I could. Then you've got Pariah Nexus teaser. The war for Paradise. See what you did there. Isn't over. So yeah, I like that. I thought it was good. You know, nice to get some light shone on salamanders for once. Adeptus Mechanicus have their ocular arrays fixed on the Pariah Nexus in the upcoming Crusade book. So this Crusade book here probably have some nice new bits of artwork in there. Awaken your Tomb World on Crusade with Codex Necrons, Warhammer 40,000 Meta Watch, Champions of Warhammer, and then Horus Heresy Thursday. We had a Thousand Suns Librarian come in Forge World resin. That may disappoint a few of you. I'm not quite sure why, because you know this model is going to be cheaper than Games Workshop's plastic offerings, and it's going to have way more detail, and it's going to be quicker to build. The argument that Forge World resin is a harder material to work with is negligible when it comes to these characters that consist of about 8 pieces. I understand from the bigger kits like the big tanks and you know the Sakarans, and I understand from the big tanks and maybe the dreadnoughts and definitely the knights it's harder to work with, but that's part of the hobby, is learning and improving your skills and things. And if you're just going to shun yourself away from those bigger, more challenging kits, then you're never going to improve your hobby skills and things. So fantastic news that we're getting this. It would be nice to see more you know, plastic characters and things for Horus Heresy, but you know, that would come at a cost. They would cost more and they'd have less detail. So it's whether you think that trade-off is worth it, that we see in the 40k minis. But it is nice to get something new for Horus Heresy, and specifically Thousand Suns. Then you've got a Recover Troves of Powerful Architect with Codex Adeptus Mechanicus, and then you've got a weave of Chivalrous Delusion in Battletome, Flesh Eater Courts. Nice little look at these. I really do want to pick them up. It's a shame they weren't released you know, when Cities of Sigmar were released, like the past month or two, because I would have really got into Halloween and picked this army up. But of course we're going to have to wait until the full release. The Red Gobo finally corners his mysterious nemesis, who are the Grotmus Gits. So a little video there. So they're the prize winners. And then what was announced yesterday on the 24th was someone is joining the party. So of course there's only so many years you can keep making Red Gobo minis. You know, you can have him on his own, you can have him down a chimney, you can have him holding dynamite, you can have him on a squig. At some point they're going to have to expand the range and broaden out, and that's what they've done. So now you've got this Grotmus Gits, you know, stealing Christmas basically. It's pretty funny. It's basically a shoe-in for a Loon Boss on Giant Cave Squig in Gloomspite Gits armies, but you're also getting rules for 40k and Age of Sigmar. So here are the 40k rules. Very nicely done. I like how they've done this. You know, the melee weapons, you've got a massive gift-filled gob, and then you've got a bludgeoning bag of gifts. Yeah, fantastic. Bit hard to see the actual rules though. I don't think that was the best idea, Games Workshop, for you to putting black writing onto a black background. That needs to be this colour, I think, but oh well. Let's see if the Age of Sigmar rules are any better. Yeah, way better. Of course they are. Of course they are. Like, why would you ever think that Age of Sigmar is worse? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's how it should be done. Yeah, so it's nice mini. I much prefer it. I would like to pick it up. It's great. So yeah, 4 weeks to go. Can you believe it? Yeah, exactly 4 weeks. Wow. It creeps up very quickly, doesn't it, every year? So that is it for all the previews and the news. So let's jump on over to Games Workshop web store. Do we have to? This is just awful, isn't it? And let's go to new and exclusive. I mean, the thing is, if we click on, you've got a couple of thumbnails there which aren't the best. You have to go on, see, look, I'm already lost. Here we go. And then we've got pre-orders, apparently. 68 items. It's good that we've managed to get on the store today. Usually there's a queue in things. But if we... Oh, wow, look at this. What do we do here? Sort by... Okay, price descending. This is what I normally do. Okay, that was odd. So, yeah, the Ironhead Squat Prospectors Explorator is a bit cheaper than I thought. You know, £125. I thought it'd be like 140, 150. Wow, this is all over the place. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's the fact that they put it next to Space Marine. This, look at this. What is going on with this banner thing? 67 resin components. Yeah, looks nice. You know, if you're into Leagues of Votann, you get a nice big Forge World resin kit for your army. Oh, great! So it doesn't save the your previous page. What a joke! So we have to now do that descending again. So what I'm going to have to do now for each one is basically right-click it and then open it in a new tab to look at it, which yeah is a joke. Horus, Heresy, Legions, and Imperialis was last week. Necromunda, Ash Waste Outpost. You can pre-order that for 105. So you get a hab module, extended hab module, large platform, tall platform, small platform, 4 walkways. It would be nice to have this on like a desert world and things, you know, just for 40k really. You've got the Imperialis Civitas Imperialis Administratum set. That was £100. That was last week, I think, and that was sold out. You've got the Combat Patrol Adeptus Mechanicus for £95. Pretty standard price. Same for the Necron one. The Psi Titan was last week, I think, and that's out of stock as well. The Road Tiles you can pre-order for £70. That's for Imperialis, I think. You got a couple of different Warlord Titans with different weapon options. You've got the Codex special editions, Necron Codex. You know, that is already sold out. So if we just click on there, I shouldn't have clicked it. I should have. I just wanted to have a look at one of them. So this looks like we're getting 136 pages. Not too bad. But yeah, £60 now for special edition codexes. I never would have thought, you know, like what, 10 years ago or so, when we had the black leather bound books for 55, 60 quid, that normal kind of special edition codexes for 40k would be this price. It's crazy how much they are. But yeah, £60, 136 pages. The Adeptus Mechanicus book is less pages, it's 120. I doubt you'll find any knights in this either. Can we look at this? Dune Crawler, no, it's pretty standard. Shame that we don't get any knight households and things. We should have done, and you know, they obviously do have knight houses, don't they, for Mechanicus? So yeah, that's a bit of an omission. We've got a couple of knights here. This is the thing, when you see these knights that are like £46 for 2, they are normally resin. You know, that's why they're so expensive, and especially where it says expert kit. You've got the Dawn of Fire, Sea of Souls 7, special edition, £45. You've got the Ruins, which are out of stock. You've got Asungar, Lady of Ash. And this is what I thought I expected would happen is that the Forge World kits, the new releases and things, would get buried in with the Games Workshop normal releases. And this is what's happened, clearly. You know, you've got all these releases. Some of them are resin, some of them are books, some of them are special edition books, some of them are online only. It's just a mess, isn't it? You know, and then you've got these Forge World minis here, which are, you know, bundled in with the rest of all these. It is a mess. Then you've got a couple of Reaver Titans. You've got the rulebook, £37.50 to pre-order. You can pre-order these. I was going to say you can pre-order these expert kits, but they're out of stock as well. £37 each for like a pair of two. You've got the actual codexes for these. I'm not going to pick either of them up, even though I've got the armies. There's just not, you know, there's only one new unit for Mechanicus. And Necrons, there's only one new unit, I guess, that translocation, which is just a bit of war gear. The two characters aren't new units, they're just new models. So I'm not picking up Necron Codex either. Then you've got the armigers, £35 for three, and they are absolutely tiny, guys, but they are out of stock. A few Aeronautica minis, and the Thunderhawk gunship is 30. I think I paid £27.50 for mine. So that has gone up in the past year and a bit. But that's all plastics, very nice kit. I would recommend that. You've got the Baneblade Squadron, the Transport Detachment. You can pre-order all of these. Then you've got Oricon, the Diviner, and the Stormlord. I don't know about these, about the prices. They've priced them at the same point as like Phoenix Lords, and this seems to be the price point for characters. I think characters shouldn't be any more than like £24. You know, almost £30 is a box set, isn't it? I know they're only going to sell one of these to each Necron only, you know, player customer, but still. This is a bit odd because it says Legion Imperius Questoris Knights and it only shows a picture of one, and it should show a picture of three. That's a bit naughty, because you think you're paying £27.50 for one, because there's only an image of one. You've got the Sidonian Skratos. Wow, what a bargain. £24. I'm certainly not going to pick him up or it up or whatever it is. I don't know. It's confusing me. 21 plastic components. One sprue. £24. Just not. Yeah, it's just. Let's not spend too long on that. You got the Overlord with Tachyon Arrow. I mean, you know, this and the Royal Warden. It cost you £46.50 for both of these. If you didn't pick up the, you know, £120 Indomitus box set, then you're a bit silly because, yeah, these were like combined a third of the price of the whole box set. But it's nice that you can pick them up now, especially if you're getting into the hobby and, you know, you only got into the hobby the past few months or past year or so and you weren't able to pick up Indomitus and, you know, Necrons are your army. It's good that you've got that option. Instead of the Overlord with the Tachyon Arrow, you can also get this Overlord with Translocation Shroud. Yeah, lovely looking mini. Because it's new, we'll have a cheeky little look at this. So £24. Yeah, I mean, he is a main HQ choice for Necrons, but it doesn't say... five plastic components. Wow. That really is not many components at all, is it? Look at that. That's almost push to fit, easy to build, isn't it? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. On the plus side, it's going to be very quick and easy to build, but 5 pieces for £24. Ouch. Ouch. You've got the Alvis Lighters or not, because they're out of stock. Royal Warden, we talked about. The Knight Lancer, I think that's 2. Don't tell me it's 1. It's 2, but they show a picture of 1. Yeah, great. Again. Yeah, so that's the difference there. You're getting 2 plastic Knight Lancers for £22, or you're getting 2 Atrapos Knights in resin for 46. So that's the difference. It's more than double the price. You know, so just keep an eye out. You know, where it says expert kit and things. Don't assume that, you know, these plastic knights are going to be the same price as some of the others. Then you've got the cards, the datasheet cards, £20. You've got Temple of Silence in hardback. You've got a couple of things for Imperialis, which are now sold out. You've got the TAC Ops mission card pack for Necromunda, £18. You've got Allegiance Imperialis Carta Galactica Imperium map for £18. You got some lovely Mechanicus dice and Necron dice. Unfortunately, you only get 16 dice for £18, so it is more than £1 per dice, but they are very nice. I love the marble effect. They definitely look similar to like the Horus heresy dice, but more square. The Horus heresy ones are sort of rounded. You've got God Machines in paperback, £17. And then you've got War Boss in paperback for £10. Hammers of Sigmar in paperback for 10. Las Valari for 10. Sea of Souls 7 for 10, and then you've got some bases for Aeronautica, Legions, Imperialis, and that's it. So that's a lot of releases. You've also got down here, which I think I've covered. Did I cover the socks for £12 and the hat and scarf and the pin gift set for 15? Yeah, I think I've covered them before. But yeah, 68 new releases in total. I mean, of course, that's including all of the Imperialis releases, but still, that's a lot for this time of the year. But what do you guys think? What are you pre-ordering? What are you picking up? Are you getting those Necron minis? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be good to hear from you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.